So, this is Jay's a painter, Schwab Blake, painter. I don't know. Introductions aside. There's a response video actually to the video, the Young Turks. Actually, it's a progressive. For those who don't know, it's kind of a progressive web news show on YouTube. I actually have a website, but specifically the video. There were some people. The basis of the story, for those who don't know, who've seen it or who have not seen it, sorry, is that they have this Representative Waters is at she's a committee meter. She's like an elected official at the Black Caucus. I'm deciding on whether or not they want to talk about. They want to kind of bring the thunder, I guess, to Obama. And why people feel like some people feel like they shouldn't, and some people feel like they should, and other people feel like they're misrepresented and they're not being represented at all. And I think the painful aspect of it is that, like, I hate to admit it, but I mean, I voted for Obama, and it was just it was such a beautiful message that we're gonna change things, we're gonna make things better. I'm 30, and I started college right around the time that Bush actually got elected. So such bullshit. And I saw how I was in college for like a year before Bush came into power, and I saw how the country changed, and how the world's reaction towards America changed. And honestly, it wasn't for the better. You know, it was really, really, really fucked up. So when I heard the idea that everything's going to change and it's going to get better, I got really excited, and I was like, finally, this is so necessary. We need people to feel involved and to fight. Because, I mean, I protested at my college in North Carolina when I lived there. Bush coming to our campus and talking to people. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Everybody hates this guy. Why is he even here? No one at this campus likes him. All the people who showed up were a bunch of old white people, for all intents and purposes, who had lots of money because they were the only ones who really loved the guy. Everybody else was like, you started a war, you cut all these funds, he destroyed the art programs in schools, he did all these things. It was stupid. And to Obama. I think people expected Obama to be so much different and to change all these things, but he's a politician, and they lie. And I don't know if he intentionally lied or if it just kind of came under the pressure of worrying that conservatives were going to say he was preferential to black people. But to be completely honest, like, nobody's really preferential to black people in America. We still live in an insanely... That guy who got fucking run over in Mississippi by those white supremacists. I mean, anybody who has the misconception that racism is dead in this country is living in a dream. I mean, half of the time we've got the TSA who's like copping feels on 5-year-olds and whatnot and old ladies, and people are so upset. But the truth of the matter is, like, look at me. I've got mouth piercings, dreadlocks, fucking beard. I got tattoos. You know, I run a skateboard company. I'm a painter. Every time I go any of these places, that shit happens to me, whether the TSA is involved or not, because I look like a person of interest. And I look, you know, without all this, I look kind of Arabic. So, or Middle Eastern-y. And I partially am, but, you know, I deal with that shit every day, and I know lots of people who deal with that shit every day. And I live 5 miles from DC. So, I don't know. We thought he was gonna fight. He was gonna fight to try to be. They thought he was gonna be the next Martin Luther King, I guess, is what it was. People thought he was gonna fight. He was gonna lead fucking protests and fight in the streets, and everybody was gonna feel equal, and healthcare was gonna blossom and bloom and make everything better, and people with pre-existing conditions weren't going to be fucked, and gay people were going to have the right to just love and be happy and not be bigoted, and education was going to get better, and there were going to be role models for kids, and it was going to be beautiful. And I mean, for about 100 days, it's kind of how it went. And then the whole thing with, he's not American, he needs to show his birth certificate, and then he finally eventually shows a birth certificate, and it's not good enough, and then he shows a full copy of a birth certificate, and they all got quiet for a brief moment. Not an apology, mind you, but they all got quiet. And then they decided, they were going to raise the debt ceiling. They were going to hold everyone, the country, essentially hostage, though they'd never refer to it as that way. And the Democrats became cowards. Like, they were cowards during the Bush administration, and to be completely honest, they stopped being cowards for a couple minutes with Rahm Emanuel, and then he said something inappropriate. And so, as opposed to just apologizing like Dick Cheney did when he shot his friend in the face with a shotgun, they let him go and he left. And that was it. He was probably the raging fist in the midst of all the bullshit that was being thrown out. In all honesty, if he decided to run for president, I would vote for Rahm Emanuel, because he at least would put up a fight. And that's what people want. People want somebody who will fight for them. And they don't feel that with Obama. They don't feel like Obama is fighting for them. And the sad thing is, I don't doubt that he wants to. I just don't. I get he's trying to have like a dual partisanship going on. But the truth of the matter is, they don't care. They're never going to side with him. They don't like him for so many reasons. He's a Democrat. I'm willing to say he's a black guy. They probably don't like him. He's young. He hasn't been around for 1,000 years like most of them, who say, we're about blah blah and not big government and blah 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, they're all bullshit. Democrats are bullshit. Republicans are bullshit. It's just hard, as a person who works really, really hard to live what they consider the American dream, which is to just be happy, be able to pay your bills, and live your life. You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to live the American dream. And I wish that instead of me making this video, he was making this. Talking to us. I want a hybrid of Brian Gumbel, because he doesn't scare old white people in the media, and Muhammad Ali, because he had charisma, and The Rock, because they had charisma, and people cheered for them. People from all over the world cheered for them, and they're not upset to say that he is something they look forward to seeing. So I guess that's my opinion. Thank you. Chicken's Painter out. Remember, if you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. Adios.